Welcome back aboard Trade Runner, our wind-speed cruiser catamaran, which is our floating home. Here is Vernon, the captain, my partner, and the father of our 6-month-old son, Eli. And this is me, Mary Morgan, the storyteller of this adventure. The three of us are actually sailing in Sulawesi, and more precisely, in the southwest of Sulawesi, and we are pulling up the anchor tonight to cross the Bone Bay by night. A peaceful sailing night, but without sleep for Vernon. As we were faster than expected, he let us drift far enough off the coast to catch up on some sleep early mornings. It is always safer to stay in deep water at dark and waiting for the sun to approach the coast and see the reef. After a good night of sleep, Eli and I woke up just before sunrise and we enjoyed the morning colors. Vernon woke up after a few hours of sleep and we took back our course in direction of the city of Baubau. Baubau is a city of a bit more than 170,000 inhabitants. On the southwest side of the Buton Island, the biggest of the province of Sulawesi Tenggara. It is a pleasant city with human size. If we were expecting a touristic area, it is in fact not really the case. If some boats are going to Wakatobi, there is an airport and few diving pinisi are proposing tours, but we didn't meet one tourist in this area. The landscape is green and they have beautiful hills and beaches. We were particularly surprised of the general cleanliness of the harbor. Cities are not really the places we are swimming, but the water was clean enough that you could see a lot of triggerfish around and locals were swimming there every day. One of the highlights of Baubau is his Keraton Fort, the biggest fortress in the world, with a wall of more than 2,014 meters, dominating the city from the top of the hill. We visited the Keraton Fort by motorbike, as it would have been way too long to go around this huge wall by walk. It has been built by the Sultan in the 16th century. Nowadays, a nice village is still in, having probably the best view and location of the city, surrounded by these vestiges of the past. When we stopped to walk along the defensive wall, we saw some old cannons from Portuguese and Dutch. Some with still the inscription of VOC, the signature of the Dutch East India Company. We stocked up the boat with food and left Baubau. We took the direction of the Buton Straight, a quiet arm of sea between the Buton Island and Muna Island. Stops on the way with only fishermen as neighbors. We enjoyed the silence, far from big cities, exploring the stunning coastline, watching the coral reef, as we found some areas intact of the bad habits of bomb fishing. We admired also some of the most beautiful sunsets ever. We are now back in the beautiful anchorage of Muna Island, where we showed you how we anchored in tight places in the episode number 262. This little paradise has some similarity of some places in Raja Ampat. Sadly, as soon we dropped the anchor, rain started to pour for days. Rainy days, when you are living on a boat, can be really challenging. All is getting wet and suffocating as you can't open windows. We are only relying on fans. The space seems smaller and most activities are impossible to do. On the positive side, we caught a lot of water. Our tanks were full every day. We are in a paradise place, as you can see, for, I don't know, maybe 4 days now. But the weather is not with us. We had maybe few hours of not raining, then we used just for opening the windows, drying the things. But yeah, we can't really cruise around, or like I went swimming 2 or 3 times in the rain. I mean, it's warm enough, but yeah, it's not as fun. And yeah, we are having the boat getting hot. All the fans are on non-stop and it's getting a bit moldy, and we are trying to fight that, so we are doing some cleaning. But yeah, not exactly what we were expecting of doing here. I mean, it's still super beautiful landscapes, we are not sad of it, but yeah, when it's raining all the time, a boat can feel a little bit small, like we can't really get out doing stuff. I think even Eli is getting a bit grumpy because he wants to move more than just playing inside the living room or in the bed. So yeah, days are a tiny bit long right now. Finally, the sun showed up a few hours and we were able to snorkel and explore a bit. To walk from the boat.
You can walk straight off the back of the cat at low tide here. You just have to watch out for the spiky balls. What are they called?
Urchin.
Urchins. Sea urchins, there's lots of them. That's why I'm wearing Crocs. Baby doesn't need them though, because he's just staying on the top. That's alright. Is he happy, Booby? He loves swimming so much, and here it's so perfect. We can just walk off the back of the boat. At low tide we'll actually be touching here, so what I do is let more anchor chain out, tighten up the 2 ropes, pull the boat back into the shallow stuff to have a swim for a while, and then before low tide I'll let the ropes go, pull us forward with the anchor chain again and tighten it all up, and then we're in deeper water. Such a beautiful spot this. How are you feeling?
Oh, that's a pretty weird feeling. We never had that with Australian and the 2 meter hills under.
True, yeah.
That's the first time that I can step from the boat and walking.
Yeah, and it's beautiful, calm in here, and sandy bottom.
Yeah.
Very cool place. We're pretty stoked to have a bit of a calm spot with no village next door. We've had, I think, 2 fishermen came by and said hi, and we bought some fish off one of them. That was a wall. People, hey, exploring, huh? Exploring in the dinghy. This is such a rad place. It's just this massive labyrinth. Every bay has this big inlet with all these little cask islands, and it's all sand. Like this would be an excellent anchorage as well, even better than where we are maybe. It's bigger, but the entrance is completely blocked off from any wind and waves. Our one's pretty good, like we've had any problem, but this one's pretty cool. Look, this is the anchorage right in front of us. This whole zone here. What do you think?
There's a little bit of cold, the water is super nice, a lot of sand. Jungle is really nice to see back again. I was missing it. The only thing a bit sad, I suppose, is because we are close to cities, there's not much fish or animals life in general. I would expect to see some baby sharks or stingrays, but we didn't see much of that, only longcon.
And squid.
And squids. Baby in the jungle.
We just paddled up this little mysterious little place here. You sort of feel like you're going to meet a dinosaur when you get around the corner. Tide's going out, so we can't stay in here very long. Had to paddle up because it's too shallow, but for the engine. But it's so cool. All the noises in here, the dripping water, the butterflies everywhere, the cicadas. Eli is getting a lot of cool adventures that he's never going to remember. But it's cool. He is starting to notice stuff, like if you put his head over the side, he sort of looks down and looks through the water and stuff. Yeah, it's so nice being back in the jungle. Lombok and Sumbawa and all those places don't have jungle like up here on the equator. Pretty incredible. Look at this place. Look how green it is.
Here is the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. A special thank you for the bottom of our heart to all the ones who are supporting our production via Patreon or PayPal. It is really because of you that this channel is able to produce videos every month, so thank you. And if you want to join the crew of our financial supporters, you can find all the information and links in our description. See you next week for a new episode. Bye bye.